Winter Wyvern.
Is that a first Wyvern?
It is a first Wyvern.
Yeah.
It's a first Wyvern of the entire tournament.
And I've talked about it the last couple of tournaments. I'm surprised with all of these summon strats coming out.
You said it. Haas said it first. Good against summons.
Yeah, but don't forget, it's also Axe 1.
The classic
the old school.
10 seconds remaining.
Together, it's very
Complexity. I don't know if you want
Somewhere in the world,
Five
right now,
seconds remaining.
Kyle is quietly rubbing his hands together and smiling.
I mean, he was actually right on Leshrac. I'm surprised he doesn't brag about that more often, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because he was like the only
Called
one
the
making
Lesh very early, didn't
like,
he?
He was just that support Lesh first. Yeah,
Oh,
everyone's
yeah. Oh, God, that was like a year ago. Yeah, it was like a year and a half ago.
It's pretty on point. We'll
ahead of the meta. Ahead of the meta.
So yes, the Tusk, the nerfs, not that great at ganking mid these days. Mid very hard to gank these days, but up against the Axe, the Skywrath Mage, two very kind of like telegraphed abilities dodging with the snowball. So Blink Dagger, incredibly important to fade this game. Doesn't work that well against Wyvern, obviously.
Yeah, because you're going to blink in and you're going to start hitting instead of snowballing. So this is
not that great.
I like the Wyvern.
Yeah, Wyvern's a good pick. It's our 99th different hero picked or banned at this tournament. 16 remaining in the pool now.
And I really believe the format has so much to do with that. That because we're best of threes all the way through, the teams just have so much more room to experiment.
Dire team pick.
Some of those ignored heroes, by the way. Just while we get this next pick, which is Gyro. This is very old school from VGJ Thunder. This is 3 months ago's meta.
Oh, it's very helped by the fact that they're the ones that have the Bane on their side. Right? Because Gyrocopter has been very hurt by matchups with Bane in the last couple of events.
Yeah, we've got Alchemist, Bristle, Crystal Maiden, not going to see any of her. Dark Widow.
10 seconds remaining.
Don't talk about it. Hey,
I know we've seen a couple of CMs, Secret like it as well. I know that VIRTUS.PRO played a little bit. Enchantress, Huskar, which you never know when you're going to get one of those. Magnus, Oracle, might see an Oracle every now and again. It's a bit of a niche pick, but it does come with the Huskar sometimes. Punch, Ricky. Shadow Shaman, Techies, Terror Blade, obviously fallen completely off the cliff. Tiny, also fallen off the cliff. Ursa, another one that's fallen off the cliff. And Wraith King, which we might see.
Wraith King got so buffed. I love that hero. I don't know why we don't see it more often, honestly.
Yeah, Puppy likes it. Always a good sign.
Well, I don't want to see jungle, though. That got nerfed. That's a good thing. Thank God for that. With Magnus, you look at someone like Magnus and compare it to Axe. You know, you compare the ult and the call, it's like the same spell, but 12, 14 second cooldown, you're like, all right, why do people pick Magnus? That hero's trash.
He doesn't feel like
Only
I mean, Power got buffed, but...
Radiant team back.
Yeah, but
Monkey King.
He's a Nietzsche now.
Okay. Took their time, maybe watching something from the last series, using the Monkey King as a counter pick to the Copter, kind of similar to the way that was used as a counter to the Luna in the last series.
Yeah, so much team.
Isn't it funny how quickly a hero can bounce back into the meta, though? Even for a short space of time. I remember the Mirana 2 days ago.
10 seconds
hadn't been picked throughout the tournament, suddenly picked in every game.
Speaking of
5 seconds
yeah,
remaining.
she's also
just hanging out. Got a Bane, throw that like off lane Lycan.
Yeah, it could fit into the Thunder lineup, couldn't it?
Let's just let's be relaxed here.
Dire team back.
The Monkey is pretty good. A problem for the Monkey is that he can just get run over by Lycan, but now that you have the Winter Wyvern completely counter set, it's without the Winter Wyvern, I would be very scared about a Monkey here, honestly. But yeah, the Winter Wyvern ult Lycan, he gets destroyed.
Where does Lycan go to lane? Another whole issue. We have these like mid, like an Axe.
10 seconds remaining.
That great for side.
Yeah, I mean, ordinarily the Bane used to be run 2 months ago as a safe lane lockdown kind of support, but we've seen him more recently in the aggro dual lanes. So,
who ran him the other day and literally he was going from lane to lane? What game was that?
A roaming Bane?
A roaming Bane, literally going from lane to lane and helping out every lane and just picking up kills every lane as well. I can't remember what that game was. It was extraordinary. I just watched it. What is going on?
Was
you know,
crazy.
Remember that,
was that the EG
Thunder has shown Lycan mid. So that's another question. If TFT picks something here that, I guess if they try to run Lycan mid, that they put Monkey King.
Yeah, definitely.
They haven't done like a mid for a while, though.
You can see they...
No, they did the other day. Game 1 against Thunder.
And they're concerned because they took the ban on the Bloodseeker set. You can have 3 lane counters to flank it. You know what I mean? Like, you're... And they'll go for the Ember. Maybe it won't completely like crush a Lycan or something. But still getting a lot out of that map. And how you feel about your mid and late game.
Yeah, nice synergy with the rest of the team.
3 melee cores though. Do you take Timber?
10 seconds remaining.
Against Skyreth Mage.
No,
like
probably not. Probably not.
Long.
5 seconds remaining.
How does the Underlord fit in here?
Yeah.
You think more like that?
Yeah, you do have to address the team fight on the Final 5 side.
Better catch onto the... Batrider's a dead hero. I mean...
they do run Brew. Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Not bad.
Yeah.
That would do something similar with it.
Choose your hero.
Well, I mean, not quite a dead hero.
It's the same thing with the Lincolns and everything. I get it, but I'm just... Can't give confidence that hero.
Well,
man.
but
it's fallen right down the levels.
You're guaranteed to be leaning against a melee core. This is a Batrider. And that, if that melee core is not named Lifestealer, usually pretty good.
I mean, S4 had a free back game and they almost lost.
Yeah, we see it here again. He's gonna have a free game, but the Bat is he just got too heavily nerfed, and he was one of the most broken heroes in the meta for so long.
For 3 years. Yeah,
along with Wisp, but Wisp for some reason is not getting those nerfs. So
no, Wisp is getting buffed.
Yeah, so Ice Frog, you're probably watching this. It's about time.
Okay, let's get some predictions. Alan, which way?
Apparently we're
10 seconds remaining.
Do production wants to go home? Okay, all right. You know what?
5 seconds.
You're going
remaining.
with VGJ Thunder?
No.
Oh, okay. Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. So, all right. So
production wants to go home.
Okay. So you're going for TFT. Admiral Bulldog?
Yeah, sure. Let's go with that.
Okay. Admiral Bulldog's gone for TFT. And Trent?
Well, I mean, green. I guess. Send it over.
Okay. Fantastic. Amazing. All three believe that the brilliant drafting by TFT in that game is going to lead to a victory in game number 2. I think you might have cottoned on to what we're doing here at home. Stay with us. Let's go back to our commentary team of Cap and Gods.
PGL forgot to put in my teleprompter so I could just read off the script. That is apparently our game 2. We're heading into, apparently, everyone just really wants Final Tribe to just lose in 2-0. Oh, I think, isn't the joke there the panel curse, right? And then it's just like straight up 2-0.
We've broken that a bit this way. We've upped our prediction game from what I've seen.
Good. I'm glad to hear it. The one day that I'm not paneling at all is the day that we up our prediction rates. Good. There's clearly
we're rising together as a team. It's
all right, but it is I don't know. I'm thinking Final Tribe actually have a pretty good lineup here. I thought the Monkey King was relatively solid. I thought the Ember Spirit was a good last pick. They have really solid counters to the Lycan, and that is the win condition for VGJ Thunder, right? They've got both Axe and Wyvern, which are counters to it.
Yeah, last time I saw Silo play this, he just gets his fast on the Dominator, runs around everywhere, wreaking havoc, and having answers is great. You've got Axe, Wyvern, and
30 seconds.
That alone is going to make a big difference. They want to try and get this fast level 6 on the Wyvern ideally, and also make sure the lanes are somewhat pressured so that Lycan just doesn't have free roam around. He needs to maybe help out and defend some of these lanes.
We do have some signature heroes on both sides. We've got Fate playing the Tusk, and then the big one for Final Tribe is we just saw on screen the Yonosamfon Axe.
The battle
that
begins.
dates all the way back to the MLG Columbus days. Yonosamfon had that stand-up performance in the 2nd season that joined Dota MLG League.
See, early TP coming out with the lanes as EDC heads down bottom to try and help out with this pressure lane. Axe Wyvern, not the Axe Sky. Interesting.
So they feel like the Skyreth Mage, and I'm kind of inclined to agree with this. They need the Sky and his constant pressure against the Batrider Otherwise, once the Wyvern uses Arctic Burn and harass the Batrider, that window of like 30 seconds, he could just be super aggressive with his sticky napalm and just run over the lanes. So feels like Sky has a more consistent pressure point that could be a little bit better. They are going to switch things up on Final Try. They're going to run Jonas on mid against the Lycan, seeing as the Dragonauts was bottom lane.
They must have been expecting different lanes, but surprised because I think Sylar going around the Lycan has kind of become a bit of a norm for this team, particularly if they're picking a gyrocopter, but I don't even know if Thunder's going to respond to that. It doesn't look like Sylar cares about this matchup change. He can still farm pretty decently even against an Axe at mid. Just needs to play a bit more cautiously.
Yeah, it's funny how these different ideas of Dota basically contradicting what VGJ Thunder wanted to be able to run, right? You saying they run mid-Sylar all the time with those Lycan. Like, that's what they're going to be doing. In the Final Try, in their very last ban, they went for the Lina, right? And they're expecting some sort of like off-lane, side-lane shenanigans Lycan, which is just not who VGJ Thunder are.
A lot of the other Chinese teams are running the Lycan off lane, or in like the free position, but it has not been the Thunder look.
Diving into the top lane, Frost is having some issues right now, and there doesn't feel like a whole lot for Skyros made. He actually picks up his level 2, but the Snowball is still on top of Frost with the sticky napalm. The Firefly's going to pull it up soon, but it will still be enough to be able to get that first blood. Pablo is hoping to be able to get the counter kill onto Yang, but it's just not going to happen.
Free back game, as mentioned by the panel, and we're seeing it here. It gets a very good lane against a melee core hero. The Skywrath is up there to try and alleviate the pressure a little bit. As you said, a much better laning hero than the Winter Wyvern, but even so, still able to find a kill, and this Batrider should be in for a very good start.
The Batrider is going to serve as...
He may have another kill top lane.
Yeah, Pablo's going to be blocked in by the Ice Shards. Now, fortunately, he's a pretty fast hero, but he's eventually going to be run over here. Frost is trying to help him out, does manage to get the Jingu Mastery stacks, but no Boundless Strike to capitalize off the extra damage.
Walk to the shop to buy a TP or a wand or something and pay for it with his life. It was a silly mistake, but one that will happen sometimes.
Battling it up there with Era. He's going to throw out the Nightmare, Brain Sap, but it's still not going to be enough to keep him alive. That Flame Guard's going to last just enough for them. Gets a kill on DDC, and Freeze with a creep wave right there. Can't really do anything with his Rocket Barrage. TP out into the mid lane. Axe is threatening Sylar's life. Bane is going to try and shard him and try and kind of go for the kill. He does have a snowball. He can try and run him down. Jonas Fon slowed down by the Orb of Venom. The Wolves are trying to get to him as well. Jonas Fon's thinking about just going for a Roshan Deny. And 2 shots is all it takes. He's dead for 25 seconds, though, as a result. So it's still kind of a win for Sylar and the rest of VGJ Thunder.
Yeah, a bit of freedom from in the mid lane. Axe is being slightly outbound by this Lycan right now, but should be able to get back in some okay time to continue contesting this lane. And even while he's gone, it's Pablo and Skywrath getting a bit of experience in that lane.
Hanskin keeping up pretty good harassment here. Oh, there's another signature one. Of course, Hanskin Disruptor is a classic, but Hanskin Wyvern, well,
not for myself,
I'd say 2 of his most successful heroes.
The throwback here from some of the Final Try players.
Yeah, not the full throwback of stacking up with the Wyvern and dual jungling like Complexity did that one time, but...
We'll see whether or not they can continue this Wyvern Ember dual lane down bottom. For now, the pressure.
Oh, Frost's got to jump down, Boundless Strike, and they do have the concussive shot, slowing down Yang. A couple more shots from Pablo. It's not going to be enough. Yang had the bottle charge to be able to keep himself alive, and Pablo, he's actually the one in trouble, but Pablo did have the magic stick charges. He'll stay alive a little bit longer. Might be able to live, but no. Fade finishes him off just in time, but they do trade out kills. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Air does manage to pick up that kill ahead of the Rocket Barrage. Reach is going to try and chase him into the trees. Finally blocked up by Hanskin, soaking up that damage as well. And if he's not careful, he may actually die here. Air is thinking about it. Hanskin is going to TP away. Snowball's not going to make it.
Lost vision of him for a second there. He saw him and they didn't snowball, and then he lost vision, had to regain it. So a bit awkward as bounty runes will come up, and looks like they will be mostly split between the 2 teams.
Pablo will pay for the bounty rune with his life, though. Spade,
yes.
We'll just block him in with the ice shards. There's nowhere really for Pablo. We haven't talked about CS at all, but you know, Jonas Savant's been trying to pressure mid pretty heavily, but he's actually still down in CS. 24-3 right now, 29-1 for Sylar. So maybe it was the Roshan death, but it does seem like the Lycan is doing perfectly fine.
I don't think Axe is like a hard counter to this Lycan mid. He's just too tanky. He's got built-in health regen. Slightly annoying being battle hungered, and the threat of the spins when you go in near. You can't use your wolves to last as much. We're going to see him like feed some wolves as Jonas does get cold. Doesn't actually get the necessary spins to bring him down, but Lycan, once you get now a Ring of Health and Pedris, you're very sustainable in lane.
Here comes the Flappy Bird. Hanskin has a haste rune and wants to make a play. He's going to go for the big Splinter Blast, try and slow down DDC and freeze. Era is not going to try and take advantage of that. Meanwhile, top lane, they're going for the dive. Oh, that is Firefly that's down. Bad Rider went for this dive, and he may end up dying here. Frost needs to be able to land this Primal Spring. He actually tried to go for the Tusk instead. The Snowball was still out, though. And so many sneaky napalm stacks. They need to kill the Bad Rider fast. He's going to try and get a drive-by. Gets the kill on the Monkey King and gets out. Pablo will be able to finish off Fade. At least, no, he can't even do that much. Too slowed down by the sneaky napalm. His rotation just isn't good enough.
That's bad news for Final Tribe. These side lanes already not going too great, and things are about to get worse. Sylar hitting level 7 with Helm of the Dominator. This guy doesn't just sit in his lane and try and just keep farming and pressuring the tower. He loves to rotate to side lanes, join up with teammates, and look for that early shapeshift usage. So probably sometime in the next minute or two, we'll see him either heading bottom or top and trying to find some extra kills and focus on pushing those side lane towers rather than mid.
Yeah, I already like this little play that he makes with farming up the Ancient. And they're going to go for the mid lane here. The Axe in serious trouble. Nice sharp blocking. Now the Wyvern's going to be able to come in. Maybe he can actually save Jonas Savant. He does have the Cold Embrace. That's going to buy him a little bit of time. Give him some heal. Jonas Savant's going to get even more spin. Sylar's going to drop. He needs one more spin to get the play, but he can't get it. Sylar was healthy enough that he wouldn't have died to the Culling Blade. Jonas Savant just did not get the spins needed.
Yeah, close to saving there. That's why I kind of thought they'd maybe focus on those side lanes. That's just a bit of a... They can do it.
He did not have sleight of fist to be able to dodge the missile. Almost dies as a result, but it's DDC who almost goes down. But again, Pablo is just a little shy. Now Free's going to go for the tower dive to finish off that kill, but Era actually stops him. What a great play by him. There's get the Searing Chains. It is Pablo who will barely get away with his life intact.
Oof. Bloodbath in the bottom lane. Bloodbath all over the place. These teams creating heavy hits here.
Mid lane, now here comes Yang. Snowball in the river as well. There is truly no out for Jonas Savant here. Hanskin, he can't even go for a Cold Embrace underneath the magic damage from the Bat Rider. This is another reason why this Bat Rider was such a good counter pick. They needed some magic damage.
From Bat and Gyro, this Wyvern is not really feeling too good about his ability to use Cold Embrace at all this game.
Slept up, DDC. Actually turned around, getting a couple of shots with the Snowball coming in with a Walrus Punch. A lot of physical damage, and it's enough to be able to cut the Ember Spirit down.
He's already level 6 for 8.5 minutes in, and Faden's had such a good game. He's 3-1-5. He's been kind of roaming around as well, but he has not struggled to find experience. And
now Frost is dead. Oh, well, no, he does have TP, and Lasso is still on cooldown for Yang. So.
And now at least as see what the next move is going to be. Sylar's ulti coming back up in 20 seconds time. He's taking over the enemy jungle now, using his Helm and Wolves to farm up there. This top lane looks like the danger zone. I don't think Final Tribe can play around that tier 1 tower at all. With Lycan's rotation, he's just going to immediately reveal himself. When you see him up there, you've got to be looking at both mid and bottom lane and thinking, these are the lanes we want to play around.
Dire's top
Problem
tower
is,
under
your Axe
attack.
is not really in a good place to be making moves. He's 2.3k net worth, heavily struggling. No Blink Dagger inside, still trying to finish off the Vanguard. That is concerning.
We're going to try and make a Monkey King maneuver. Searing Chains will set up a pounce from the Monkey King. Now, they were gone off map, not farming for a very long time. So yes, they do kill a Gyrocopter for 200 gold. but the rotation itself feels like it's not going to be super worth. Maybe a little bit better if they can kill DDC here. And sure enough, the Primal Spring gets Frost close enough for that double kill. So that's now 400 gold that he's gotten out of that.
They're not even touching this bottom tier 1 tower, though. And that seems like if you're going to be down here getting these kills, ignoring both mid and top lane, Sylar is not just stopping at tier 1, he's going for the tier 2. And I don't think you can stop this. You've got to be counter-pressuring and getting a tower of your own. Unfortunately, Ember, this is not a hero that pushes particularly fast. Seeing Final Tribe just very limited in what they can do, as Sylar is 6k net worth already. He's taken now a 3rd tower for his team. Things going from bad to worse.
This is literally a man who could teach a class on how to play Lycan, and they're just giving him a free game.
Yes.
He's going to have Necronomicon super soon. And the only real hope for Final Tribe is they somehow boost this axe into a faster Blink Dagger, but he just completed the Vanguard, so he still needs a full 2,200 gold.
Yeah, I think Optic kind of showed versing this team. You know, they lost game 1 to a Sylar Lycan where they just got demolished, and game 2, game 3, first ban. That's how you verse VGJ Thunder. You do not give Sylar Lycan.
Ooh, 3-man smoke up. Primal Spring jumps away just ahead of Lasso. So that's going to be a smoke that fails for VGJ Thunder.
Yeah, they had all their ultis. Even Bane's hit level 6, so they wanted to make these moves. They have 2 Observer Sentries on DDC, so he wants to get down some deep wards, which he didn't really get a chance to do because of that smoke popping. Still look to invade this shrine. You really want to try to get vision on this high ground here, because otherwise it's so hard to play around the Dire Shrine. It's such a safe place to farm with your carries with the high ground advantage, but if you have vision, that can quickly change. Oh, by the way, Sylar took another one.
Yep. Gold lead now for VGJ Thunder. Necronomicon 1 up for him. Top lane, they're going to go for Freeze. Freeze does have enough mana for a TP, so if Era uses the chains here, he's not going to be able to get the kill, just TP out, so that's why he's just holding on to it for now. Freeze will eventually get run down. Meanwhile, Hanskin did get picked off in the bottom lane as they continue to push for that tier 2 Yang, hoping to be able to catch Frost as well.
Lycan diving bottom, brings down Pablo.
Easy. Take that tier 2.
Dara could have, once that second Fire Ember was used, actually could have TP'd because Ember was out of mana. He was like, had 2 sick charges, would have been 3 or 4 mana short even if he popped them, but hard to kind of know in the moment there and didn't want to waste his TP, so.
Yeah.
Bit of a rough game for this Gyrocopter. By bit of a rough game, very rough game. 3.5k net worth. Freeze is kind of playing the tough lanes right now because he doesn't want to just be grouping up in 5-man with his team. He doesn't add much. He does dish out damage in a team fight, but they're not going to team fight this Lycan. He is too far ahead that wherever Sylar goes, towers are just going to drop, so it just feels like unnecessary for Jarrett to join them.
Beats Grid. Good off the Winter's Curse, but still dies to Fate's right clicks. Now, they are going to be able to get the Monkey King here to try and grab one of these kills. Fate, he's going to get away right now. Instead, going to get the spring onto the Bane with a call as well, but Fate walked away. They could have gotten both of those supports if they coordinated that just a little bit better.
That's costly. They need everything they can get at this point after such a mediocre start. The 5-position Bane off of that big commitment, and things not looking too good. None of their heroes feel too equipped to deal with this Lycan. With that said, the more and more farm the Lycan get, Winter Wyvern does not need anything to counter the Lycan. You could have 1k net worth and Lycan can have 20, 30k net worth. Your Winter's Curse still offers a very important tool.
That's true. Lycan, though, at that point in time, he just plays it a little differently, right? Then he just separates his hero from all the various summons. They're going to find another pickoff.
He's so far ahead. Like a Necro 2 already, Necro 3 with Wolves, he could literally just send these summons at squishy supports like Wyvern, Skyrat, and they will die. They will die to a Necro 3 with Lycan's ulti movement.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Roshan. Not long for this world, it seems, as VGJ Thunder are going to team up to bring him down, and Final Tribe. They probably, maybe they have an idea, but they are really pushing out the side lane super aggressively. You can see the Ember Spirit and Pablo were hiding in that side shop for a little while. Finally, Yang shows himself. They're actually going to try and turn things around. Pablo does have his ultimate. They will be able to blow up the Bat Rider. So, a bit of hubris there. The Bat Rider thought that he could just go out like that mid lane. Yoda Stefan He's going to be caught trying to complete his Blink Dagger. He's so close to it too. The Phoenix He's very dead. Sylar now on a dominating spree can use the rest of this transformation to take another tier 2. The last remaining tier 2 for Final Tribe at 15 minutes.
Bottom tower
50 minutes, 6 towers down. That is insanely fast, although it doesn't look like you're going to fully commit to getting that last tier 2. I'll back it off, play it a little bit safe. Recognizing that the Winter's Curse is something perhaps to be respected at this
Radiant's
point.
bottom tower is under attack.
As it stands, things very grim for this Final Tribe team. They really need to start thinking about what plays they can make. Era's Boots of Travel given this global mobility, but it's not really something you can use when you're not controlling the map at all. When you've lost all these towers and don't have any map control, the Boots of Travel is very limited in what you can do with this item.
Lycan very rapidly approaching 2 times the net worth of some of the cores on Final Tribe. And if he gets the last hit on this tier 2, which of course he will, Sylar.
Radiant's bottom tower
Very
is
different
under
story
attack.
for Thunder. You know, game 1, there's this 16-0 Bloodseeker by Freeze. Game 0-3, very quiet, being pressured, but one of the great things about this team is they have different players who can step up in different games, depending on the draft and the needs. I'm seeing it here.
Final Tribe. They're just apparently going to keep on trying to go for Freeze, as I'm thinking their Monkey King and Ember Spirit might go for this kill on the Gyrocopter if he pushes out. Not going to be the case, though. Backs up, does the neutrals. Ember Spirit will head up to top lane instead to find Spawn.
Everyone on the
Radiant's
VGJ
top
side
tower is under
being pretty
attack.
healthy here. Even Fade on the Tusk almost has a completed Blink Dagger. See what the next move is going to be. They got this Aegis so early that it feels like VGJ Thunder are like, wait, what do we do now? We took all these towers too easily. Roshan was too easy. Like, can we go high ground? I'm sure
Radiant's
Freeze is up there like, no way, guys, I'm not going high ground.
Chained up right as the transformation takes effect. Sylar looking a little lost, not sure where he can go. Good thing he doesn't go anywhere, because Yonosafan was there ready to go with the Blink Dagger if he tried to dive a bit deeper.
I'll have to just back off and continue farming. I think it's legitimately an awkward spot for them, like because of how fast they took control of this game. And then your carry, your hero that needs to kind of be frontlining, ideally with the Aegis on the gyro, not that he was ready to take it because he was so undefined and underleveled, is just telling his team like, nah, we can't do anything. I need to keep farming. I need at least my first item. So they're going to just keep playing 4 heroes on the dire side of the map while Gyro farms.
Still, Snowball still manages to catch Yonosafan, and they do have the Fiend's Grip as well. Cold Embrace, that won't do anything. A bunch of magic damage. So still get the kill. 14-9 now.
Yeah, I like this. This is the right plan. You just set up all these observer wards right outside Final Tribe's base. You're not really eyeing off a high ground push unless you find some big pickoffs, which the Wyvern and the Axe are probably the 2 main ones. They're the ones that shut down the push and can counterplay Sylar's Lycan. So outside of killing those heroes, very unlikely this Aegis will lead to a high ground push at the current state of this game. Seems like they're content just to keep farming, with Gyrocopter struggling to keep up. Although he is now up there. He was number 7 on net worth, now he's number 4. And he's at least on par with pretty much everyone in the game except the Lycan, who is his teammate.
Final Tribe, similar situation to game 1. Time to just hit those side lanes for the best.
Let's split push. You've got an Ember, sure.
You went Boots of Travel and everything, so. Primal's Ring jumping down onto the Gyrocopter again. They just keep on hating on Freeze. After all, he's the only core they really can kill. But at the same time, Fade and Sylar are going for the back lines. They've got Yonosafan, Cold Embrace, by some time. Winter's Curse onto the Lycan. The Lycan actually go down. They're going to lay down the Monkey King. Everything they can to be able to bring him down. Yonosafan does end up dying, but what a worthy cause for it. They get down the Aegis, and now Lycan with no shapeshift on top of the Monkey King ultimate. Can they take him down a second time? Skylar, it's DT actually almost went down there, but now to save the day, the Batrider comes in to be able to control up Frost, and they just will not have the damage. No matter how slow Sylar is, he's just big and tanky, and Final Tribe do not have the damage to kill him a second time.
Yeah, it's a decent team fight where they get the jump on the gyro, instantly remove him and all his damage output, but didn't have the longevity to continue fighting and to kill a Lycan twice.
Bane diving in deep on the other side of the shards, though. Fade backing out. Final Tribe again, just can't really go forward.
Yep. I mean, Winter's Curse to get rid of the Lycan once, but they need to find a way to kill him a second time. That Aegis was about to expire anyway, so Tyler doesn't care at all that he used it in that way. And with all the map control, Thunder, I like this. They send freeze bottom, so they make sure they get all 4 bounty runes. Often you're ahead like this, but you don't get all the bounty runes just because you're just playing one side of the map.
Era, stop. He just keeps on freeze. He literally just TPs down here, knowing where the gyrocopter was, thanks to that ward that they have a little bit farther to the north. And he just makes a beeline for him every single time.
Yeah. The homing missile able to help keep him alive, but Freeze is still not a very happy camper. It does have the Mantis Cell queued up. Not my favorite item on a gyro. Getting it just. Searing Chains and Silence, sure, those are annoying, but
a call onto Yang. They're going to try and blow him up the Primal Spring. There's a good setup for the Gold Scepter. Actually dodges that now. Frost is going to be able to get that easy kill that he was hoping for. The Cold Brace comes out trying to buy extra time, but it's just so much magic damage. Meanwhile, Cloud just into that backline. Ember Spirit, Monkey King, Orphan already dead. Jonas Safon, he's not going to be able to TP out or anything either. That could be a 5-man wipe. Nobody from VGJ Thunder dying. In fact, it wasn't even close.
No, not very close as Final Tribe kind of went all in there, but Second Thunder able to rotate. They're fighting around a shrine of all things, so easy TP rotations if needed.
Is under attack.
And VGJ Thunder bring in the cavalry for that one as Lycan recognizing the Winter Wyvern curse. Siler's got a Lincoln Sphere now saying, you are not going to keep on Winter's cursing me, so he can just run in freely now against the Winter Wyvern.
I love that.
Would Blast break Lincolns?
Yes, it does.
Okay. And it's still like even splatters and everything, right?
Is under
not that it really matters, but I'm not sure if it does. It's one of those item pickups like, yeah, it could stop a Winter's Curse, but Splint Blast is going to be breaking it then. It's whatever though. He's far enough ahead. It's just going to make life a little bit more annoying for Final Tribe.
I would say like the instant spell that's probably to watch out for is like, you know, Savant could just throw a Battle Hunger if he's in that situation with Hanskin, but they do still have the axe, no matter what the Lincolns does against this Winter's Curse, if it blocks it, or whether or not they're going to be able to get some sort of combination to break the Lincolns and get a Winter's Curse in. Either way, there's still the axe counter as well, but in order to be a real axe counter to a Lycan, you need a Blade Mail. And he has been sitting on like 100 gold for like the last 5 minutes because he just keeps dying.
Even with the Blade Mail, I feel like he's very squishy.
Yeah.
It's like you Blade Mail kill a Necrobook, well, you just took a whole lot of last will damage.
Of invisibility.
All right, here comes Siler. He's going to lead with the Hellbear Smasher to be able to scout things out. He's chasing away Frost immediately. He's not letting him get the opportunity to get the Primal Spring out. So Frost just has to turn, get off the Wukong's command, save it for the Cold Embrace. They sit inside of this AoE. The Backbiters get caught at it. On Frost to make sure he can't get off that big stun. 4 death from Final Tribe once again, faster than you can even cast it. And Ember Spirit will try and lift himself away, but his remnant's just not in a good position for him to be able to get out. Everywhere he goes, there's just VGJ heroes everywhere.
To no avail, as we could be in for a quick GG here, as Thunder have showcasing why nobody should let them pick Lycan at this tournament, and Fade also showing a great Tusk. He's definitely been the other stand-up player this game. He's been all over the map, making all kinds of plays. One of his signature heroes, a hero that's fallen off a lot, and the fact that despite all the nerfs, Fade has still managed to have this kind of an impact is a true testament to his skills on Tusk.
Buyback force, 21,000 gold lead, and we're getting to that awkward network chart point where we're looking at multiple cores and even supports that are looking over all of the Final Tribe heroes. Tusk is almost there, and if he can actually get a kill on the Monkey King, instead he is going to die. A little bit too big for his bridges. Instead, Fade is going to be able to get Jonas Safon, take him out of the fight, so Siler can actually go into the backlines every single time as the Backbiters hit with the axe. Siler can clean up the rest of the team. The Dark has to let loose all that magic damage. Aaron gets stuck and then has to get the rest of the way. Siler just man fights for Monkey King because he can, because that life stealer doesn't even come close to letting him battle against Sylar, who has like 3 times his farm at this point.
Yeah. Double support buybacks. Wyvern did blow the ultimate on the Lincoln Sphere, so even with the buyback, there's not really much will to fight from the Final Tribe side. And hey, Sylar's same thing. He's like, yeah, we'll give you some breathing room. 30 seconds, no ultimate. Also, you know, may as well get an Aegis. Jeez, let's go down the checklist of things we're meant to do to close out a game when we're ahead by 25k gold. Getting Aegis is on that list. Also getting bounty runes.
Got it.
4 more bounty runes go the way of VGJ Thunder.
Can't let Admiral Bulldog be disappointed in you.
No, absolutely not.
Dual Scepter soon for Fade. It's rare that you get to see this many items on a Tusk this early on. But again, he's ahead of the Monkey King, now in net worth. Good times. Frost is going to try and get a Shadow Blade. I'm not sure. Maybe the Axe will kill the Necronomicon warrior for him.
I don't think there's an item.
That's true.
You're down 25k gold at 25 minutes. Is there an item that we would not speculate about being bad, I guess? I don't know. But yeah, it's tough. He's also going Lincolns. He's like, let's make sure this Winter's Curse doesn't catch us as easily. I think they look at this and how do you lose the game in 3 this league? And it really is only a Winter's Curse. Winter's Curse kills either Lycan or Gyro, and that could, very small chance, win Final Tribe of 5.
They have caught the Axe and are currently just toying with him.
Yep.
Thinking about it.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
He's actually just going to farm some neutrals while they leave him here. Give him a buck. And eventually let him die.
It's a pretty demoralizing game.
I feel like that's sort of analogy for the rest of this game.
Yeah.
You know, they're just kind of toying with Final Tribe, and finally they're going to put them out of their misery, hopefully.
Oh, absolutely. And if you're Final Tribe, this is like some qualifier you're playing online at home. You GG'd out 3 minutes ago, but this is the last DPC LAN of the year. $1.5 million up for grabs here. Biggest event you've played. You've played at 2 minors, done pretty well. Definitely had some good showings here, but looking a bit outclassed. They're not going to GG out since it is their last hurrah, but it is really looking like a call for Final Tribe here.
All right, Assault Cuirass. Got Cheese for your Lycan. I don't think you're really waiting on any other items.
I don't think so. They're perhaps waiting for a pickoff. They've got these wards set up. Maybe thinking someone's going to walk out of the base. It is a little bit tricky just to go high ground because of that Winter's Curse. You can't just, brute force your way through a lane. Maybe you can when you're this far ahead, but it gives an opening for Final Tribe to make some plays.
So first, we're going to see if Yang, this Firefly, can pull somebody out of the base to make this high ground push just a bit easier. Setting up for it right now. Final Tribe see this. They're going to play on the right-hand side.
Great save for the Bat Rider lasso. It's going to go jumping in. Feeling confident. He's being given the Lincoln series.
Lycan starts pushing onto the tier 3. Sylar, feeling the pressure, pops that shapeshift and just focusing on the buildings. Yang tried to go for the back line, tried to grab that Ember Spear, couldn't quite get it. Now the Black Cannon shots force the rest of Final Tribe. Look at them, they're all so low. They might as well play for the fountain now and try again for a second lane of Rags to defend.
BAC, those buildings just melted. VGJ didn't even have to commit to a fight. They just zoned them away with the Bat Rider and then the Flak, and hey, it's the 3 rounds. Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
All right, guys. So round 2, VGJ Thunder are presumably going to do the same kind of thing. How do you switch it up for Final Tribe? How do you actually get in the fight this time around?
Let's see. Your Axe, he needs to just go in, blink call anything. Probably dies with misses the call, dies, but he baits VGJ Thunder in, sets up the perfect Winter's Curse, and that hero Doesn't die, actually. So no, I don't know Cap.
Misses the call. Yeah. I like how you lead out this entire plan, but it's a realistic plan, and that final time is still going to mess something up.
Dire's bottom shrine
they're
is
going
under
to keep
attack.
spamming this Sleight of Fist, Maelstrom, hoping for the best. And it doesn't really lead anywhere. You need to get some kind of smoke play. They've got a smoke on Pablo, coming from behind. Try and go in the back line. Supports, you can actually kill them. They have less than 2k HP. Sign.
There's the Wyvern. So, bye-bye, Winter.
No buyback, too, yeah.
No buyback.
Pull back last fight, so that's also 15 seconds.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
All right, well, Giant just go in, take out Pablo. Fiend's already gone to Frost, and Final Tribe are so separated from each other, they can't actually stop the Bane.
Dire's
Way out there. Like Fiend's being channeling, and Yoda Sapati. He's TPing his shrine. He's getting out of
Dire's middle
It's over. Call it.
Dire's middle barracks are under attack.
No offense, Final Tribe. This was just complete outplay. They got overran. A team who's looked pretty promising in the European region, but this is not really their true colors.
Being promising in the European region is not much of a compliment right now, Gods.
Look, Europe's got some great teams. Team Secret, Liquid, they're in the winner bracket here.